What's up, guys? Let's see. What is it gonna come up? Is it gonna come up? Is it gonna come up? Oh, yep, there it is. All right, guys. No fancy intro or music today, guys. I forgot to. So I got my new computer, right? So I got my whole new setup and everything, and I forgot to transfer all my OBS stuff over to my new one, and so I need to bring up over all my files, all my stuff for my OBS. So nothing fancy as of today, guys. I do apologize, for the music, for no music or anything like that. But regardless, we will have New Age Wall Street Sunday Stockcast here today. I am really freaking pumped. Oh, I'm already switching the things and everything around. I'm really pumped. Is this? No, we did Stockcast last week as well in here, I think. So this will be the second one in here, guys. I'm really freaking excited. Where there's still hardly anything in here as of now. I went to Phoenix this last week, and I'm waiting for everything to come. So the supply chain is really messed up right now, where things are like 12 weeks out. My desk should be getting here pretty soon, but really freaking pumped, guys. If you guys want to come in and hang out and trade with us, definitely are invited if you guys want to come trade with me here in the Trade Factory. And I hope you guys had a good trade week last week. That there wasn't too much. Let's make this a little better. There we go. Is that better? So I know we've been having quite a bit of volatility things with the market. I hope you're staying safe in the way that you're trading and things like that, because it has been a little bit more rough for some folks. So certainly am excited about it. Just to get it over with. I think everyone, what's up, everyone? I think everyone is just excited to get all the political ads done with and just be done with it and move on to other stuff. So I'm gonna put that right there. All right, cool. So this last week, I took a nice little loss on Tuesday, made it up on Wednesday and Thursday, and came out green on a little bit green on the week. So very, very nice for that. Finished out the month of October really strong. I was really excited about it. Really excited for November and what's to come now that I'm getting settled into my new place. And now I could actually focus on trading a little bit better and everything. I don't have to worry about moving and all this other stuff that's going on so much, right? I hope you guys had a good, safe Halloween. I didn't get my son, which kind of sucked. I was just kind of here. Some friends came over here. We were just hanging out. We had a couple drinks and stuff like that here. So it was a good time overall, but wish I could have had my son. And under the circumstances with COVID and stuff, it kind of sucks. Didn't see like one trick or treater like anywhere, so which is really freaking weird. So yeah, did anyone do anything for tamale season, dude? I'm so set for tamale season, bro. I'm gonna put this right here. Yeah, I'm set for tamale season as well, bro. Tamale and pozole, bro. I'm about it. So definitely. Is there before we go ahead and get started, do you guys have any like type of do you have any type of anything that you're working on in your trading? In my chat room, guys, if you guys aren't a member of my chat room, I do this thing. We have a channel that is just for goals and studying, and this is something I'll talk about a little bit before we get into charts, and I think it's really important, right? If you just like your actual trading, I think you have to have an overall plan holistically on how you're going to approach the month, how you're going to approach your trading this month, and how you're going to improve. If you don't if you don't have a way or a plan for you to improve and for you to do better, then you're just planning to fail then at that point. If you don't have a game plan and ABC and how you're going to be able to accomplish your game plan. So I really highly encourage you, tonight or, tomorrow, write your goals for not only trading. So not only trading, it could be your personal stuff, your personal relationships, other personal goals, maybe fitness, um, financially, like other things like that. Just every month, set up a goal for the month, and then break it down into the week. You know what needs to be done week to week to accomplish your goals, and then from there you break it down on a day by day basis, and smaller and smaller, more micro than at that point. I think it's really, really important that you do this so that you are successful. You do have a plan, and you're not just going blindly. And then you're actually going into your system with intent, right? So I think that's a lot of. I was talking about this somewhere else as well. Is that you could kind of come into the market and just piddle around and kind of trade and whatnot. And but if you're not coming in with intent, like you're gonna kill it, and you have a purpose that you're doing it for, you're not gonna see any results if you're just coming out. What percent am I up year to date? I would have to look, but it's quite a bit, dude. So I have a number that I'm trying to reach this year, and I had a loss in August that put me back. So if I wouldn't have had that loss in August, I would have definitely for sure got it this year. But now it's kind of looking like it's a little bit hard. Great question, Mr. Simpson. We'll take a look at that in a second. Um, so so yeah, make sure you're approaching every day, every trading session, everything that you do with intent on what you're doing. And this is something that I learned in powerlifting as well. It's just almost to the point of being obsessive and feeling and seeing the weight, and before I even get on the platform to pick it up or anything. These are things like you should be like really just come and focus on it and be ready to smash. So I kind of think that, and the way that it seems to me is the way that a lot of people are approaching trading is like a hobby, like this, come in as a hobby and make, doctor, lawyer money, CEO money, or whatever it is, right? And not have that type of work ethic towards it and that intent behind it, right? Instead of coming in and thinking of yourself as a, fucking killer, and you're gonna, just murder it, right? You want to be like the Mike Tyson of day traders. Um, that's your what your thought process should be every day you come to the market. So let me see here. I hope that makes sense, guys. I hope that makes sense that you have to have a plan. That's something that I'm talking about this because I'm a little bit frustrated with myself today. I had a plan of things that I needed to get done today, and just little by little, there's things that got in the way of me accomplishing it that took my attention away, and I'm not gonna be able to finish everything. I don't think so unless I stay here all night. So I didn't get any candy, bro. I didn't get any candy at all. I tried. Right now, my friend, they came to the factory a little while ago, and he brought his little girl, and she had her little candy bucket with her. And I tried punking her for a cup of candy, and she didn't give me any. So I didn't get any candy, dude, which is probably a good thing. I don't need any more candy. So very, very good. Um, but yeah, if you guys want to send me candy, that's pretty cool. I'll take candy. Um, Cool. So to answer Mr. Simpson's question, how can you spot algos and patterns on the time and sales and data? You you can't. So not necessarily on the time and sales. Well, I guess you can on the time and sales. So depending if you're asking if it's more for penny stocks like small caps, or if you're asking for like on these bigger tickers like Amazon, things like that. I think it's a little bit harder for you to spot on these bigger ones, but on the smaller tickers, on the small caps, you could see where there are bids and asks that are being flashed, and it'll go on and come off, and then you'll see at certain key levels where they come in those times and sales. But basically, if you look at the way like organic trading, and this is going to be hard to illustrate because I don't have Ooh, this is kind of a good example. So this is going to be really hard to illustrate without an actual chart to show you. But humans are not perfect. So obviously, you know that humans are not perfect. There's no way that we could, make things, perfect in the stock market as well as is no other way. So with that being said, when you see something going up like this, where you see it, it's pretty choppy, more than likely pretty organic price action, right? But then when you see like this, walk down right here, that's very methodical, and down here towards this liquidity pool, right? So this is your whole or half number. This 3050 is going to be your half number, and I wish I had for those of you guys that. Oh shoot, I'm on showing my screen. There you guys go. Oh, can you see me? Is that better? Okay, cool. I think I got it. So what I was showing here is like on Amazon, right? So this is where this is, kind of going up, and the sideways is organic, trading, what have you. And you can't. There's no way that you're necessarily going to be able to tell, right? Like 100%. But humans aren't perfect. You'll see, where there's dips and ups, and it kind of moves, in erratic ways sometimes. But then when you start seeing like an algo get a hold of something, and they start walking things into like pools of liquidity. So that's what we're talking about right here at like this 3050, right? Is your half number of 3,000 and 4,000, or 3,100. So that that there's going to be buyers that are sitting here in this area, right? This is going to be a big area of interest. Whenever this goes ahead and comes down, there's going to be buyers that people could they'll walk this into that liquidity, right? So you could see where this is, pretty nice and perfect, where this is being walked down, and then it hits, and then it starts running up the other way. And small caps, that's what you'll see as well. And then the thing is like with small caps, I think, and this is also a speculation on the way that I've just watched price action, and I am not a quant, I am not any type of math whiz or anything like this. I'm just speaking from the way I know trading, the way that I would do it, right? So basically what I think is happening with, like, especially in small caps, they're having multiple accounts trading the same ticker that are able to manipulate the ticker both ways. So one that's going short, and then the other one going long, which is called boxing, and then they're able to go ahead and double the profits in either way, and they could go ahead and move the ticker in either direction that they wanted to on a whim, right? So that's why you see like what was that one on my member Alberto got burned on it on Friday. I don't think it was SPI. No. Let me see. It was U or something. No, I don't remember what it was. Oh, yep, here it is. So I think it was this one, right? I think it was this one here where this was, kind of chopping sideways, and he was trying to get this to move to the upside, and then this bottom just fell out from underneath it. So what they're doing right here is, like on the algo part, is they're trying to be able to go ahead and get into those pools of liquidity to be able to get those stops that are down here, and be able to get those buys in order to run it back the other way. But obviously at this point, something happened where they faded it all the way down. I don't know what exactly. I don't know if even this is the ticker that was the other day, but you'll see where the algo has a hold of it, and then they'll let it go, and then sometimes they'll get to a level of liquidity, that point of interest, and then they'll run it sideways, and then get that accumulation on one of the accounts, and then run it back up the other way. So you'll be able to spot it though, like, because it's too perfect. And a lot of the way, from what I understand, like I said, I'm not a quant. This may be not even my place to be able to be speaking on this, but the way that I understand that the way that the algos are made nowadays are based off of the calculus of a slope intercept that the ticker's moving, right? So like I don't even remember from back in my math days. So x-axis, y-axis, and so basically they're looking at the price action in a direction that it's going right. So if it's in a slope like up, say like in a 70-degree angle, right? That's very aggressive. If it's something more that's like in a 30 or 20-degree angle, then that's going to go ahead and be a little bit less aggressive, and then they're just going ahead and walking it up like that. But from what I understand, then the calculus of it, they are running them based off of the rate of incline that the ticker is moving. So I think that's it. Also, with that, there's other things within the calculus of like predicting the next move without knowing the outcome of the previous moves. I so again, I forget the name of the concept, but there's a concept out there that, and the way that the math works. So um, you're predicting the next move of where the price action will go based off of the variables of what where of what you had in the past, and it's a little bit above my head, but that's basically it. But basically, what you want to see is like something that's really perfect like this. For us, just as retail traders, when something starts, getting walked down into pulls of liquidity like this, or starts, grinding straight up, that's an algo that's working and going backwards, or working there. Now, on the time and sales, you'll be able to see, the same orders going through, and then sometimes you'll get where someone, like on I've seen where someone is just trying to get out of a trade, like on that PG&E, I think PG&E. I think this is, or I don't remember that electric co-op. Like 2, 3 years ago, when they had those fires and they were getting blamed for all that stuff, you could see where people were trying to jump out, and you could see where the algos were moving them just sideways, trying to get people out without trying to force the ticker further down. I hope that answers your question, dude. So that's a very high level overview of it. Obviously, we could be here hours speaking about it. Maybe Mr. Oracle could grade me on how I just explained all that. Best strategy to trade with the algos. So basically, you could use anything. So you could use anything, any strategy. I think you should. I think the best strategy is a trend following strategy where you are trying to find which way the big money or the smart money is trying to position themselves. Whether it be like with Flow Algo, right? Flow Algo is a tool, or Black Box, EMA crossover and things like that. So basically, you're looking for those. You're looking for macro trends on the which direction that the ticker is moving, and you want to catch those macro trends, micro pullbacks or micro moves before you get a macro trend. And then you just hold on for the overall macro trend and which way it goes. But that's what my whole system is based off of, is trying to ride coattails of bigger money and bigger, smarter money in the direction they want to go. That's why I buy at periods of low volatility and compression. So then whenever it does break out, those are the people that I'm already in before the wave of which way it's going to go ahead and be moving. If that makes sense. Amazon Twitter remains for you. So that's basically it. And then also, like, if you're looking at you're looking at the way that if you want to trade with the algos, if you're looking at the time and sales and the orders that are coming through, you could see where it's going in and out. You could see where it's going in and out and stuff, and and you could see those bids that are being walked up, and you could help you get conviction for it to come through. Trade with pivots. So Okay, so trade with pivots. So basically, what I'm doing here is I'm using the pivots as support and resistance. It's really I know that the way the pivots work, I think it's something like it takes the high and low of the previous day, and then it makes the pivot somewhere in between, and then times it by three, and you get the top resistance ones, and then you get lower supports. So, for instance, like if we come here on the SPY, what up? So if you come here in the SPY, sorry, they're moving stuff over there. So if you come here in the SPY, and then I usually have my pivots, you'll come in here, and then I don't think, oh, there it is. It is showing them. It's already showing them for tomorrow. So, so the pink one or purple lavender one, whatever it is right here, that's going to be your actual pivot point. The green one is going to be, the first green one is going to be your S1, and then if you come further out, that's going to be like so that's going to be your S2, and we could come further than that. So I don't know if you could see, but there's a second green one in here. That's your S2, and then the first red one is going to be your R1, and then R2 right here. And basically, I'm just using those as support and resistance levels in order to be able to take trades and pulls of liquidity in order for you to take off of, right? So if you're using this, so you can see where I already had a manually drawn line here. So I had a manually drawn line of support resistance where the SPY respected on Friday, right? And just kept on bouncing off of. And I also have this line right here, which is your S1 line. So then that's validating that in this area, right? I could come in, and in this area that I could draw like this box, right? That this is a high level of interest in this area, right? So, not to say that every time it gets here it's going to bounce, but that we want to see how the price action and the volume reacts whenever it gets to these levels to see if we're going to make that decision to go ahead and break and go lower, or we're going to go ahead and bounce. So those are your key levels of interest then that you're looking at. So in adding to that, what you also do is whenever you're making your trade thesis and you're making your trade plan for you to be able to enter a trade, you would like for multiple pieces of evidence in order to get into a trade, right? So you want as many puzzle pieces to the trade as possible to get a holistic picture of what's going to happen. So if you already have a manually drawn line that's right here, you have a pivot line that's right here, that's S1, and then you say like you have compression, right? So we have our compression signaled in this area, and then say you also have a PDC there as well, then that's going to go ahead and help you build that overall picture, have all those puzzle pieces in order for you to get in here. Pools of liquidity. So pools of liquidity, like, and I wish I had some Bookmap pictures here. So before a ticker even gets to a certain area, there are buyers that are sitting here trying to buy already. So they're already looking at this area in order to go ahead and buy. And maybe I could look at my chat and find a Bookmap here to show you guys. But give me a second to find it, okay? Give me a second. Where's my chat? Oh, here it is. Okay, so here's my chat. Okay, cool. So here's a good one to be able to show here to you guys. So this is Bookmap. I don't know if you guys know how to use Bookmap all too much. I'm not exactly 100% sure this ticker. It may be, is it Snapchat? I'm not 100% sure on the ticker. It may even be Pinterest. But basically you could see where these areas, right? You could see the price right here, right? And pretty much every dollar, you could see that there's people that are sitting there with orders at that level, right? And the darker the area, the more orders that are there. You can see right here there are 17,895 shares sitting there. At this area, there's 15,000. At 64, there's 14,000 as well. And so the thing is that the price action is in this picture, right? The picture is taken from right here in this line right here. And so you could see where that liquidity is before it even gets there, before, that price is even there. You could see those orders that are sitting there. So that's that liquidity that we're talking about, right? So if this bounces up, right? So if this bounces up because of all this, all these buyers that are sitting here in this area, and it starts bouncing back up, this is your liquidity pool that you're going to want to go ahead and sell into whenever this breaks to the upside. So these are your buyer, or excuse me, these are your sellers that are sitting here that you may want to go ahead and sell, buy from or sell to or what have you. So you're able to do more business then at that point. Does that make sense? Oops, I don't know where my YouTube went. There we go. For pins, yeah. So this is Pinterest. So this is for Pinterest here. So does that make sense? Okay, cool. So that's where on this here where, so then, so that those are your key areas of interest or your pools of liquidity that you're looking at in order for you for the price action to make a decision whenever it gets to those areas. Does that make sense? This is a great visualization on for especially like newer traders that have a hard time spotting like support and resistance and drawing their own support and resistance. You could see like, where this area right here, right? So this price action came down and there was these buyers that were sitting here. So whenever this came down, there wasn't enough sellers to go ahead and overpower these buyers here. So it kind of just bounced along, right? Bounced along. And then finally there was enough to go ahead and eat through all those orders. And then, there was a little bit right here that got touched and then it bounced back up to right here. And then it may be that same person that came back in that same area here that that had these orders in the same area right here for it to bounce. Almost, yeah, almost like volume profile. So it's just support and resistance. Cool. Really nice discussion tonight, guys. I appreciate you guys being here. If you guys could like and share my videos, guys, I would definitely appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. But that's basically it for algos and pulls of liquidity and support and resistance. Oh, I didn't quite get all this stuff for the I don't know if was my answer good enough for the way that I use the pivots. So I use them as areas of interest that I'm looking at because a lot of other traders do as well. And then, yeah. And so, yeah, that's how I use the pivots as pulls of liquidity and pulls for to get those extra puzzle pieces for that bigger puzzle view. You want to get as many puzzle pieces together for you to have your thesis on, for you to take a trade, right? And then once you have enough, 3, 4 of them, and you know that the odds of the trade going in your favor are more favorable than it going against you, then of course you're going to go ahead and take that trade. Cool. The pivots are the same for they're based off of the price action from the day prior, so it doesn't matter what time frame you use. Now you can set your pivots for like different. So these are like daily pivots. Awesome, dude. I appreciate it, bro. So you can come into your pivots, right? And then the ones that I'm showing right now are just daily pivots, right? From the day prior or what have you. But then you could also go ahead and come in and put like you could add additional ones, right? So if you come into your pivots right here, and then and you could come in, and then you could put like weekly pivots on here as well. So you could put weekly, and then you'll do another, and these could be your monthly. And then, there's people that use them all the way up to quarterly, annually, and then, even bigger than that. So it definitely adds a little bit more to your trading then at that point, once you have more levels that you're looking at. So like this one's all the way up here, this one's right here. So right here is going to be a big level at this 319. You can see there's two levels that we're looking at. There's two levels in between right here that we're looking at on this 331-ish area on the SPY. So when you get two areas that are the same like that and then in confluence of each other, that is going to be really strong evidence of a trade. Cool. We'll move on to some tickers and stuff for this week, guys. Do you guys have tickers you want me to go over? I think someone said Netflix and Amazon. Amazon, yep, Risky Biscuits. All right, cool. So Amazon is actually one that I already have on my watch list here, guys. This is coming out to be like almost like a huge head and shoulders, right? So shoulder, head, shoulder. If it does, come down and hang around right here, right? And then this 3,000 is going to be a huge level for Amazon. You could see where it was old support, right? You want it to act as support again, and hopefully hold it on this level. May slide a little bit further down, right? Market isn't perfect. But you'd want it to hold around this level in order to maybe start going sideways and curl back up and going the other way. Now, this may not happen quickly, like over the first part of this week. It may take a couple days and then for it to actually do it. So going to be patient and watch this, but this may be turning into a really good opportunity, especially now that earnings are over. Premiums is going to go back down to a lot more normal. And so if we could come down and hold these levels around 3,000, kind of go sideways, maybe even dip a little bit lower, and then start building our case to go bullish again, that'd be awesome. Now, if we start getting down here towards this 2925 and 2900 area, then I'm going to start getting a little bit worried and see like what exactly we're doing then at that level, because we do have some 1, 2, 3, 4, in this level where it's gone to, but I don't know. Now, one thing I do want to talk about is the whole election thing. So election is Tuesday night. I was seeing pictures where like most often the week before the election, it does sell off, which we did have our sell off, right? And then it turns bullish the week of, and we'll see. So if that's the case, then we're in for a ride this week, and it should be really, really cool. So really, really fun to trade. Okay, cool. So that's Amazon, right? And then Twitter, I haven't really necessarily looked at too much. What the heck happened here? So this is pretty crazy from earnings. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this week too. Like I said, I just want to get the election stuff done with. I want to, and then if it brings some bullish volatility and we start getting some nasty runs, that would be really nice. So I think this area is going to be our key level right here on Twitter, dude. You could see is 1, 2 times. This was all support and then resistance here in this area. I think here on Twitter we're going to work ourselves a little bit further more down. We may bear flag a little bit up and then get to around this area around 40 to 39 where this volume was done here in the past, and then we make a decision. So micro term, next day or two, a little bit further lower, and then we make a decision if we're going to continue or bounce in at that point. Does that make sense? Where's my notes? Okay, my next one was Zoom. So Zoom here, guys. This was actually, I'm pretty upset that I missed this, that it actually faded here pretty hard. It's a little overextended here to the downside, guys. But what we're looking at is with the volume profile. You guys know I like using this volume profile in the macro time frames that I'm looking for, bigger picture trades. You could see right here in this area, this was a previous resistance. Now it acted as support. we're back at the same area right here at this 458, 455 kind of area. And basically what we're looking at, let me take this off. All right, so basically what we're looking at is that we would want to hold around this area in order to make a bull case, right? And you can see that the volume profile starts getting pretty small if we start breaking below that. So not much volume that's being done, and we got this gap way down here, but we can start sliding off a lot more quickly if we start breaking it below 455, 450. We can start, breaking further down, but this is a very key level that we want to be looking at here at this around 460, 458 level tomorrow, and see if we're going to bounce or we break further on down. Okay. Now, another case that I have for this, right, is that we're so overextended here to the downside here on Zoom, is that we may actually bear flag up, right? So we may bounce like tomorrow up to about 475, 470 or so for the day, and then we have too much overhead from here from this resistance, and then continue further down. Does that make sense? So that's my plan there, what I'm looking at. Let's see, next one. Square. So Square. This is this thing really needed some downplay here, guys. This thing is a freaking huge, just rampage up, right? So, what is this, like 3 times itself, 300% in 6-8 months or so. So we're definitely due for this pullback, and it needed to get here. You can see where we have this high volume node here in this area in the volume profile in this macro picture, right where we're at right now. So what I think is going to happen here is, if you're looking, Square earnings is this week. That's going to make things pretty interesting. So what I'm looking at just from a technical standpoint is just so that you see where this resistance is right here, this area again right here, right? I think we may bear flag back up, right? So we're way extended here to the downside. Bear flag back up here towards this level of like 150, 160, and then continue further down if it does go ahead and continue going. But with COVID and stuff in Square, we'll see with the earnings this week. But this area right here is going to act as pretty good support here in this area, this 150-ish area. Cool. Snap. Excuse me. All right, so on Snap, this was really cool. We had a blowout earnings, right? So very huge run up for a couple days. We waited and got really patient with this. A couple of us played this in the room for the slide off here, and now it's back down to this macro neckline right here that we have. We're gonna get to that, Mikhail. So this macro neckline at $39, right? If we start breaking below about 38, right? So 38, 38.50, there's no more volume down here. You can see where we have this gap, and we could start moving very, very quickly if we start breaking that $38 back to the downside. We break this neckline. So this is a lot of things. A lot of the tickers that we're looking at are at these like key levels of support, and they'll have to bounce in order to stay bullish here this week. So this opens up lower. We're going to go ahead and continue down, and we have this gap. But if we hold around in this area, we may get back another run up here towards this 43, 44, and then we'll make a decision then once we get up to those all-time highs again. Okay. And then I actually had Peloton already on here as well. So let me see. Let me compare my notes to yours, Mikhail. Yeah. So my thing with Peloton, the way I'm looking at this, right? So we have this volume gap right here as well. So we have, if we didn't have this, this volume that was done from the day prior, because we broke this key support, right? So this is your neckline, kind of like we're talking about. We broke that key support. We're back here to the downside here at 110. And what I'm thinking is we get down here towards this 100. So I think we're still going to continue further back to this 100, kind of fill in this area right here. And then we'll probably go a little bit sideways based off of this resistance right here. 1, 2, 3. Go a little bit sideways and then curl back up, then to the upside. So, but 110, I could see your case, being made for that 110 to hold. I think that we will come back all the way to 100 and validate that 100 though. Cool. How do you get? Cool, dude. Yeah, we would love to have you. You just go to the. I'll put the website right here. So it's only $179, $180 right now for the year. If you want to come sign up, I do encourage you. If you do want to sign up right now, dude, because I'm going to be changing the whole model of the way that my room works, and eventually you're not. It's going to be more of an invitation type of deal for you to be in the room instead of you just being able to sign up and being able to get in. Because I want high quality traders and I want people that actually want to learn and stuff. It's not really I do it in the money. So I live in between Dallas and Albuquerque. So, well, not in between, but like I have a place in Albuquerque and then I'm in the middle of moving to Dallas. So I have a place in Dallas as well. So, but yeah, and then also here in the trading room, what new innovative things are you going to bring to your room and cool things for your members? I don't know what you mean, like in what type of aspect. So, we're always like doing different things for the members. Like, dude, I don't know of another room, dude, where you could say like, I have an idea for an indicator or I need a certain label and we code it for you. Charlie mostly does it like overnight. I think there's some people in here that he's done that for actually that, could pretty much vouch for that, they ask for something that's an idea, for an indicator and then we'll make it for you right away. But yeah. Yeah, for sure. Okay, cool. I'm from South Central. I'm trying to lease a house. Yeah, dude, that's how I started, dude. I started, started working at T-Mobile call center, and then got to quit while I got fired for like kind of trading while I was working, but quit, fired, whatever, and then from there, I'm actually from Corona, so not too far from me. I'm actually from Corona, California. Yeah, Mikhail, you've been following me for quite a while, man. I appreciate you being such a long time supporter, dude. But yeah, there's I held a workshop for my members last week, right? So last week we did. Darian, who's in here, I think he said he made 25% of his account or something this last week. So really, really awesome. He was able to do that. Oh yeah, dude. Man, I think even not even just for even not even just for me, right? So that's what I talk about is the quality of members and the community. That's what I want, right? So like that's why everything's going to be changing to. There's going to be a little bit of a vetting process as to like who actually gets into the room. It's not going to be where you could just sign up and get in anymore. I'm going to be a little bit more selective on who comes in because my time and my energy put into you is worth something, and it's super frustrating when I help you and I give you the time and energy, and it's not being done. So, what up? Yeah. Yeah, dude. Don't to learn to trade? Everyone thinks you need money to learn to trade. You don't need money to learn how to trade, dude. You can watch my videos. There's a lot of other people that have really good videos. I mean, just join a community as well. Like start off there, and you don't actually have to start placing trades for you to actually learn and be good. I think that if that was one of my main things was to be like where to feel more confident when I've placed my first trades. I would have the learning curve and the cost of tuition that I would have had would have been a lot less than what it is right now, or what it was for me is what I should say. So yep. So cool. Any you guys have any other tickers you want me to go over? The factory in Dallas, dude, is to be determined, dude, because I don't even have an actual physical location as of yet, and I'm not done with this place yet. So I'm hoping to be done with this one here by December. So hopefully could start actually getting the furniture and stuff in here. And then I would love by. I'm really trying not to rush it, dude, but probably the summer or everything fully 100% going by the fall of next year. So, this around May, April or so, I may have the area if I find one. I need to go out there and actually look at places. And it's kind of hard because it's kind of hard where I'm looking for like a place that is part industrial and then part office. So to find like the perfect type of area is a little bit hard. Like here, we couldn't do a lot of the factory stuff that I want to do here because it's an office setting, and they already told me on my lease that we're on thin ice. Like we can't be doing a bunch of stuff like that, and I want to be able to do like whatever I want with it. So the place in Dallas, like I said, I want to put some two post lifts for some cars. Start playing with some cars and motorcycles, and then do dude, if we get a foam pit and some, I don't know. I even right here, like here in this office, like we already have Nerf guns already right here. We had a big ass Nerf gun battle the other day. I have scooters that I ride through the office, and there's like lawyers and other people that in this building. They just upset and hate their life, but they see us having a good time rolling around on our scooters and skateboards through the building. So we already treat it like that. We already have a good time here and stuff, and so hopefully I find a place to answer your question. Hopefully I find a place that's suitable fairly quickly at the beginning of the year, and then like I said, by spring be able to get it going, and then a fully operational by the end of the year, or excuse me, by the end of the summer, and maybe we'll have a meetup there or something. Yeah, that's a pretty good strategy, dude. For Amazon, I was actually talking about this to a few of my friends here. Is that everything's on sale right now, right? So, if we come back further down to a year right here when we had COVID happen, I didn't get to buy stuff when COVID happened. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't get to, I missed that dip, right? So this is a pretty nice dip in order for us to go ahead and buy a little bit of a shopping list here tomorrow, and especially if we hold the levels that we're at. If we're looking at the the features aren't nothing. Oh, they're way further down. They broke down. They were up here when the last I looked at them. So especially with futures, we start gapping down a lot further and what have you. Until to oh, maybe I'm looking. Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong chart. There we go. So now they're pushing back up. Um, so if especially if everything stays down tomorrow, I'm gonna probably be buying some stuff for my long term portfolio. Dude, what a yeah, like for you guys that have known me this whole last year and stuff, man, it's definitely been a roller coaster. So really freaking pumped. Is really exciting. So anyone, and then that's the thing is, if you're a member, you obviously have free membership at the Trade Factory. You could come trade whenever you want. If you're like a follower and you know who I am or whatever, come and trade. I'll hook you up. We'll get you going. You can come trade in the Trade Factory, and just have a good time, dude. Like that's all I want in my life is just to have fun and be happy. Like I just act like a big goofball kid around here. We have Nerf guns and scooters and whatever else here. So that's kind of a hard relative. That's kind of a hard relative question there, the boy. I think it kind of depends on what your living expenses are too, right? So like me living in New Mexico, the cost of living is a lot less than if I was living in New York or California, right? So it's all relative. I would say ideally, right? Ideally, you would want a year or two of actual expenses, just regular living expenses saved up, just in case, something ever did happen in order for you to go ahead and quit. I mean, at least a couple months. I mean, like and you got to be consistently profitable on your trading. Um, I would, there's no rush. I don't know, for a lot of traders, I don't understand the rush where I understand, why you want to quit your job. But for you to have multiple streams of income where you could, work a job and then, still trade and have two forms of income, that's invaluable, man. You just stack your money, especially for you younger guys. You younger guys that are, in your 20s and stuff still. Man, I wish I would have the opportunity to still work when you're young and then keep your money from your trading. And then, dude, don't be in such a rush. Just you could even work like other jobs. Like there's other jobs that you could do where, um, maybe part time and stuff too. So. CDC left ban on cruise line. I'm looking at CCL tomorrow, see what it may do. They're gonna allow them to set sail tomorrow, huh? They on November 1st, I think they let it go. So yeah, that'll be definitely. We'll see what happens there, dude. Um, I think that's what this was from, right? On Friday. Yeah, so that's exactly what happened there on Friday. So yeah, that's definitely a good something to watch there as well. All right, guys. Any last minute questions or anything? Yeah, exactly, dude. The cool thing about trading, dude, is it's a skill. Like it's a skill that once you learn and once you have your setups and the way that you trade, right, you could always fall back on it. You can always come back. It's like riding a bike. Once you learn how to ride a bike, you kind of always got it, right? Um, so same thing with trading, right? You could always go off and do other things, start a business, buy other investments, things like that. But if you ever need to come back to trading, you have that skill to be able to make money in trading, right? So same thing, man. I'm gonna be, probably here within the next few years, I may, who knows, I may tone it down, may want to maybe, be more family man oriented, you know what I mean? Have a wife, girlfriend, whatever, and not be so into trading in the chat room and stuff. Um, be into like other things in my life other than trading. So I may tone it down. But if I ever want to, focus, 100% on it, it's all the market's always going to be there in one way or the other. As long as there's greed and gluttony in the world, guys, we could have a nuclear war, and there's going to be a way for you to barter and make money in some type of way. I got into a huge discussion about this with a guy. We went to go see him about them printing some prints, and they were talking about the sports cards. So sports cards and Pokemon cards, how they're such a huge thing in trading right now, bro. There's value in lots of different things that where you can make money off of. And in my room, we have a joke where, a lot of people were like, "Oh, what are we gonna do if Biden gets elected and the market goes stagnant or stale or whatever?" I was like, "Bro, we'll find something to trade, right?" I started off in penny stocks. I started off in small caps. When that market started, kind of being lame and stupid, I adapted. So is it the people that it's not always the smartest or best people that are the most successful. It's the people that are most susceptible and easily adaptable to change that are the most successful, dude. Once you can notice that what the overall sentiment and environment is changing and you're able to go ahead and adapt yourself to it, that's what keeps you successful in anything. Like there's reasons why like Sears and what are these other companies, like these big box stores that have gone out of business and gone bankrupt. There's reasons why they went bankrupt, because they weren't susceptible and they weren't highly adaptable to change with e-commerce and things like that. And you can see now that even like Walmart now, like they're doing Walmart Plus. They kind of they kind of didn't want to do that for a long time, but you got to be as adaptable to the change and everything. Exactly, dude. As long as you can adapt quickly and then pivot and move. And actually, do you guys know who Andy Frisella is? So let me see if I can find it here real quick. So this thing with Andy Frisella right here. This is I kind of turned off his podcast as of lately because it just seemed like he was yelling a lot and just just seemed like a lot more like complaining and things. Whatever. But this podcast that he was with a few other guys, he was with a couple other guys and they were talking about it. And one of the big things that they talked about was being able to pivot your focus very quickly and readjust your focus very quickly. And I think that's really key because for me, like with being ADD and stuff and looking at other things, if I get stuck on something, I just want to fix it. Like I want to fix it right away, and I'll stay stuck on it until I find a fix. But if I was able to go ahead and pivot my focus and come back to it whenever there's a better solution or I'm in a better mindset, that would definitely highly benefit me. So I'll put the link to the podcast right here, guys, and I hope you guys find some value out of it. And but it talks about pivoting your focus and being absolutely focused on one thing at a time, but actually but pivoting very quickly. So yeah, exactly like we were talking about. Lulu. I don't see much here, bro. Oh, so right here on Lulu, so this is support right here at this 317 or so, and it's kind of up right now. So yeah, you would want to wait for some confirmation here. This for tomorrow for this to bounce in the same area, this high volume node, and then for it to continue going further up. Then at that point. Oh yeah, Lulu e-commerce, dude, bro. Like anything online, bro. Anything online, e-commerce. Honestly, it's crazy. Where if you're able to leverage the internet reaches what like 180 countries or something like that. 6 billion people in the world. Um, dude, yeah, I mean, you could do whatever you want. Oh, did they really do that? They did like comfy work at home attire, like sweatpants and stuff. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Like, trying to anticipate the market and what the market will need, right? So, absolutely. But yeah, very nice, guys. I know that this wasn't our biggest stream ever. There's not a lot of people in here. I don't know where everyone's at or whatever, but lots of cool content that we were able to talk about today. Was there anything last minute you guys want to say or, go over real quick before I go? Johnny, what's up, dude? Yeah, 316. So there's a little bit of support more like in this level, right? 311 or so. So you are right, yeah. Hazrat, what's up? It's not about working hard or smart. It's about working hard and smart at the same time. Um, I think it's a little bit of both. You got to be efficient with your energy, dude. And then I think a big thing also as well is to realize where you suck at stuff. You're never gonna be the perfect, like entrepreneur or worker, trader or anything like that. You got to realize where your weak points are and be able to openly admit where you're weak at those, and then try to leverage other traders or your friends, and network to find those people that are good at those things so that they'll help you out, right? Like for small caps, I was never good at reading fundamentals. I just didn't like it. I couldn't sit there and read the whole thing, and to find what I needed and put it all together. So I had friends that were really good at it, and so I would give them my technical analysis on what I was looking at, and then they would give me their fundamental, and we're able to both benefit then. So if you're able to realize that you suck at something, find someone that is good at it and try to leverage them to try to for your help and for your own good. So for Tesla. Ooh, this is pretty beaten down right here, bro, on Tesla. So we're kind of getting down here towards this level again, this 371, 380 area, and it kind of wanted a bear flag on Friday. It looks like, yeah. So we may get a little bit of a pop up, and then continue further down. So yeah, we'll see on Tesla here though, dude. So it may bear flag a little bit further up, like I said, a little dead cat bounce. See if we make any decision then at that point, and then we may come down and test this 375 or 380 area. Exactly, Mikhail. Cool, guys. I'm gonna go see what they're doing. I don't know if you could hear the drills and everything. I'm gonna go see if they need help and whatever. Got some other stuff to do, and we'll see you guys on Friday for the TGIF stream. We stream live every Friday. We trade together. We'll make a pre-market plan, and then we'll trade together. And That's it, I think. Oh my goodness, they're being loud. All right, guys, I'm gonna dip out. You guys have a great evening, right? Later.